Well, Tracy Johnson, RN, is a care manager and CEO of Premier Care Management of Georgia, and she's with us here just now. How are you today?
Good morning, Toby. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing smashing, thanks. So, what actually is Premier Care Management of Georgia? What does your company do?
Yes, we're a group of registered nurses who help seniors and folks who have disabilities to navigate through the healthcare system. So that
Hmm.
can be anything from assisting them at home with getting care at home or managing their doctor's appointments, their medications, to helping them move to a care facility,
Hmm.
helping their families if they're in the hospital with advocacy. It's a wide range of whatever a senior needs. And really, we help with getting them the correct resources. So there's things out there that most families don't know about. And because we work in this field, we know those resources and can help connect them.
Yeah, and care is something that's quite hard to deal with, really, isn't it?
Well, in America, we have 46 million family members who are unpaid caregivers to their
Wow.
loved ones. And most of them are juggling families and careers, and it's quite a lot on them for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, and the cost as well is really expensive, isn't it, to get
Well, it's
into care?
continued to go
Yeah.
up for sure. Certainly, the pandemic has caused the cost of just caregivers in the home.
Mm.
Here in our area, which is southeast uh, eastern coast here, Georgia and Florida,
Yeah.
we were kind of at 21, $22 an hour for caregivers, and now
Mm.
we're up to 31, $32 an hour. And these are just folks who can come to the home and assist someone with their just personal care. So it's gone
Mm.
really quite high, but it's also been difficult to find these folks. There just have been less caregivers out there, it seems.
Yeah. I suppose, though, is the hourly cost perhaps justified because these are people that need a decent payment at the end of the day?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. And I've felt for years that caregiver pay really isn't able to sustain a family by any means. And so
Mm.
having it increase, is kind of a good thing for their standpoint. However, there's still less of them.
Yeah.
Even though the pay has gone up, there's still less caregivers than what our needs are.
Yeah. So, what ways do your company try and overcome these issues?
Well, that is a good question there, Toby. We as an industry have been talking quite a bit about it.
Mm.
There's been things that are far out there, like robotics and AI, and
Yeah.
using certain technologies, cameras, for example, or medication systems where when someone takes a medicine, you get a text that
Mm.
they've taken them. Um, but in all actuality, it's a person. You get to a point where you need a lot of help with your care. It really is a person that's necessary. So
Yeah.
finding those relationships and developing them, being part of some sort of a tribe, rather that in years past, it's really been the church. A lot of people have been involved in the
Mm.
church, and that's been their tribe or their neighborhood, their subdivision where they are. And so we really need to encourage people to be a part of a group of people that can offer that support.
Yeah. And I suppose the community thing has been particularly hard with during these last couple of years, right?
Oh, yes, we've seen the effects of the pandemic on our seniors in a very it's sad way. It's come to my understanding that
Mm.
our connection one to another is so much more important than living an extra, 6 months or something in isolation. When you're in your
Yeah.
80s and 90s, the connection that you have with your loved ones is so important to your mental health and your physical health that it's just caused us all, I think, to reshape this in our thinking, how important our relationships are.
Mm. Absolutely. And how do you feel a relationship with people benefits us in a care sort of way?
Oh, sure. Well, the word encouragement means to put courage into someone.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine you're with a loved one who maybe needs a test or a surgery, and you're there before they go in, and you're like, you're going to be okay. I'm going to see you when
Yeah.
you come out. You're putting courage into them. And you can't really put a value on that, but we know that when people have these caring relationships, and if you add prayer or you add this encouragement aspect to the relationship, that they do better in surgeries, they do better in their
Mm.
recovery. That whole kind of um, hope is the term, but how we quantify it in our own lives, we know it when we feel it. And when we're
Yeah.
hopeful, we get well quicker, we enjoy life
Mm.
better. And that comes most of the time through our relationships.
Yeah, that's an interesting idea. Is that maybe partly the placebo effect there? If we think we're going to get better and we hope we are,
Yes,
it
yes.
happens.
Yeah, it's so interesting with medications because, the placebo effect made me think of that because
Hmm.
we know that when we give people even a sugar pill, right, the placebo, that the belief, there's a large percentage that get well from true physical symptoms
Yeah.
because they have that belief system. So that's fascinating to me, Toby.
Yeah, absolutely. And who else is in your team? Because it's not just you, of course, right?
That's right. That's right. So I have nurse care managers. I have other care managers who have different backgrounds, social work, occupational therapy, sometimes communications.
Yeah.
We also have a couple different divisions of our team. So many times we are with a senior who gets to a point where they need to live in a care setting. And so
Yeah.
we have a full senior move management team that can help downsize, declutter, pack up, move. We even have a realtor that can help sell the house. And
Mm.
like it's a full package for that. And then many of our seniors need assistance with paying their bills. So we provide daily money management where we can go through the just monthly bills and help, assist in paying those. We don't do investments or taxes or anything like that, just the
Yeah.
daily money management. But we've also been able to help folks with their hospital bills or things that really were in error in many cases to get
Mm.
corrected or negotiated down.
Yeah, because in America, of course, as we all know, you got to pay for your healthcare. So is that, partly what you do as well to help people through that?
Sure. So if you're 65 and older or with disability, you can have what we call Medicare. It is our,
Mm.
government supported healthcare system. But you have to
Yeah.
be in that category. So our seniors are in that category. And so there's different plans associated with that Medicare
Yeah.
for example, drug plans and things like that. And so we do assist with a review of those plans to make sure they're on the
Mm.
right one. We do that, of course, in partnership with other organizations that we, are affiliated with. We're not
Yeah.
experts in Medicare, but that's a lot of what care managers do. We plug them into the right um, affiliate kind of partner with us to make sure that they're well rounded. So that could include, for example, their legal documents. We want
Mm.
folks to have their powers of attorney, but we don't do that. So we refer.
Yeah. And it's interesting as well because even care homes in the UK, they're not free either. And I have to be careful what I say
Oh,
here because I might get this completely wrong. But for some reason, in some cases, people who can't afford it sort of get helped in, whereas people who have the money sort of have to spend the money. So
that's
saving up
right.
money over the years doesn't really benefit you in terms of care homes, which is sort of messed up in a way.
Well, so it's interesting here. I don't know about the UK, but
Hmm.
here, if we are needing care, there is what we call assisted livings and memory cares if you have dementia.
Yeah.
And there are nice homes that cost roughly here about $5,000 a month. So it's quite expensive, 60 plus thousand a year. Um, but if you were to go on the Medicaid system, which is our state supported government benefits for care,
Hmm.
there are very, very few homes that accept the Medicaid, and they are very, they're not as well run. They're not as
Mm.
well, I guess, you've got a luxury inn and then you've got something that's not at all luxurious. And
Yeah.
we need more homes like that that can help with, helping seniors. They're just few and far between.
Yeah.
Now, if you go on to, let me just say, so if you go on to nursing home, you get to that level where you need, full support. We do have a robust Medicaid system for the nursing home section.
Mm. Interesting. Well, what is coming up? Are there plans for the business to grow even further?
Yes, that's a good question too. So we've recently gotten involved with helping many seniors who are trying to activate their long-term care insurances. So many
Mm.
times they've paid into an insurance plan 20, 25 years where they're trying to
Wow.
now use that plan for their care. And many have gotten denied. And so we work with them to assist with getting their claims open. Um, can be very arduous working with these insurance companies. So
Yeah.
if we need to go on appeal, we do that. If we need to write alternative care plans, we'll do that. So we've been assisting more virtually with things like the long-term care plans.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, where are we able to find the company everywhere?
Sure, it's premiercmga.com. That's our website. And there is a complimentary call that can happen. We can do it on Zoom if you're not here locally.
Mm.
And we can help sort through if we're able to help you. We'll lay out a plan for that. And then we can get started.
Great. Well, many thanks for coming on today. It's been great to have you on the show.
Thank you.